Welcome back. I am N.S. Lavanya, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. In this video, I am going to teach you the essay of studies written by Francis Bacon. Let's have a look at the introduction. Francis Bacon. He is a pioneer in the field of philosophical prose. He is a freelance writer. His work is removed from theology. Alexander Pope says Bacon was the wisest, brightest, meanest of mankind. He became popular mainly because of his essays. He is the translator of Montaigue's essays. His essays are full of practical wisdom. His sayings have become proverbs now. His essays are designated as classics of English prose. His essays are a handbook of practical wisdom, enclosing in their short saying an astonishing treasure of insight. His essays, religious meditations, places of persuasion and dissuasion, seen in aloud, was the first published book in 1597. His style was plain to epigrammatic. His topics covered public and private life. The essay covers the topics from a number of angles. A much enlarged second edition appeared in 1612 with 38 essays. Neither, under the title Essays or Counsels, Civil and Moral, published in 1625 with 58 essays. His essays are in a didactic style. He proves that studies are a source of pleasure. They have ornamental value. They add to one's ability. A man who is aloof can enjoy the pleasure of study. It helps the man to become a good speaker. The well-read man acquires an ability to handle business. If a man spends too much on studies, then he is lazy. If a man uses the reading for conversation, then he is making a vain display of learning. If a man's judgment is governed by the rules he has learnt from books, it shows the eccentricity of a scholar. Studies develops a man's natural ability to perfection. Practical experience is necessary to learn value of studies. Experience we gain from books is used for practical life. Men who are cunning do not approve of studies. Bacon further says, men who are simple-minded feel an admiration for studies. Wise men are those who make practical use of their studies. A man should not read books to contradict others. He should not believe whatever he reads from a book. He should not read the book for conversation. He must read the books to ponder over what he reads and to judge the value of what the books contain. In some cases, he can ask others to read for him and give him the extract. Then Bacon shows the importance of reading and what to not to read. Bacon displays his talent for using the maximum economy of words to express his ideas. This essay is an example of brevity and terseness. His epigrammatic and aphoristic style is given below. The words from his essay. Studies serve for delight, for ornament and for ability. Crafty men condemn studies, simple men admire them. Wise men use them. Some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some to be chewed, and others to be digested. Bacon explains that some books are to be read in parts only. Some books may be read quickly and hastily. There are only a small number of books that are worth a close and thorough reading. Reading develops the personality of a man. Conversation makes a man quick-witted. If a man is in the habit of taking down notes from books, he will become exact and precise in his talk. Bacon emphasizes different kinds of books have different effects on the readers. History makes a man wise. Poetry makes a man imaginative. Mathematics develops subtlety in a man. Natural philosophy enables a man to go deep into things. Logic and rhetoric develop a man's debating powers. This essay is a wonderful illustration of the condensed style of which Bacon was the master. My favorite quote from the essay: "Reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man." In this essay, Bacon gives excellent advice to all learners as to why and how one should read. Various mental defects can be remedied by various kinds of studies. This essay clings to our memory without any mental effort on our part to memorize them. That is one reason why it is called as one of the best known essays from the pen of Bacon. Thanks for watching this video. We meet again in the next video with another interesting topic.